What is a Republican for kids? Hey kids, have you ever asked yourself, what is a Republican? Well, a Republican is someone who is part of the Republican Party, which is one of the political parties in the United States. But first, to understand that, we need to explain what we mean by political party. No, we're not talking about the kind of party where you play games and eat cake. A political party is not really a party at all. It's a group of people, or voters, who have organized themselves together to support certain public policies, laws and legislation, and to promote a certain way of thinking about the world. In other words, a political party is made up of people who all believe similar things and want leaders to make laws about those things in ways that they agree with. The goal of a political party is to elect officials who agree with them and who will try to carry out the party's policies and beliefs. Political parties also work hard to encourage people to run for office in order to support that party's policies. They raise money, advocate for, support, and speak on behalf of these candidates, all with the goal of getting as many people as possible from their political parties to make laws. All political parties have positions on a lot of issues, like education, war, taxes, gun policy, healthcare, and many others. They also go on TV or give speeches, or write articles to make sure that their voters know what members of their party believe, who those members are, and which candidates out there they should vote for if they support that party. Unlike a birthday party, which might have 10 or 15 friends in attendance, there is no limit to the party of people in a political party. They can be large or small. Even one person can have their own political party if they want to. Some parties are also based on just one issue. If you believe strongly in playing video games, you could start the video game party. Or if you love sweets, you could create the ice cream party, or the no school on Friday parties. If you get enough people to support your issue, you can go out and try to get more people to join your party. But most successful political parties have thousands or millions of members or supporters. And these parties compete with each other in elections, seeking votes for the candidates they support. The people from a political party who gets elected often tries to lead based on the beliefs and opinions of that party. But this doesn't mean a person will never go against their party's beliefs. Nobody is required to vote or make decisions based on their party. It all depends on the specific issue and the type of people that they might be representing. On the other hand, because candidates often receive money from their political party, they sometimes feel pressure to make decisions based on their party's beliefs, and not their own. Let's assume a politician believes that we need to do more to protect the environment, but their political party doesn't agree. They might ignore their own personal beliefs to please the party. Or there might be someone who believes that we should lower taxes, but their party supports higher taxes, so they might vote to raise taxes just because the party wants them to. In the United States, there have been a variety of political parties since the country's birth, but the two major political parties are the Democrats and the Republicans. Most people elected to a public office, whether it's local or national, are either a Democrat or a Republican. The Democratic Party was formed in 1792, but adopted its current name in the 1830s, and the Republican Party began in 1854. In this video, we're going to talk about the Republican Party. To learn about Democrats, click here. What is a Republican? The Republicans were founded on July 6, 1854 in Michigan, when members of other failed parties joined together. The term Republican itself had first been used in 1792 by supporters of Thomas Jefferson. It was originally referred to as the Democratic-Republican Party. That party eventually became the Democrats, but the Republicans took a different path. In 1854, the founders of the Republicans were against slavery and completely disagreed with the idea that the national interests were more important than states' rights. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln became the first Republican president. To this day, the Republican Party is also referred to as the GOP, or the Grand Old Party, and its logo is the elephant. The Republican Party is also represented by the color red, and you might hear about states that support Republicans being referred to as red states. Through the years, the Republican Party has changed, but it has held on to the idea that federal government should not interfere with the rights of states and should be more limited in its involvement in regulating people, telling corporations what they can or can't do, and other areas of people's lives. While every person who identifies as a Republican may not have the same beliefs as everyone else in the Republican Party, most Republicans do share the same approach to government and the issues. These are some of the things that are typically part of the Republican platform: restrictions on social welfare spending, opposition to gun control legislation, support for private schools that might have religious affiliations, support of restrictions on abortion, belief in lower taxes or flat taxes, in favor of prayer in public schools, wages set by free market, limiting government regulations, and strong military support. Due to their belief in limits on government power, the Republican Party is often called the Conservative Party. Someone who is conservative tends to stick to traditional values and is cautious of change and innovation. Well-known Republican presidents have been Donald Trump, George Bush, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, and the first one, Abraham Lincoln. To sum up, Republicans and Democrats are the two major parties in the United States, and each party member tries to vote on the law in accordance with their party's platform. This also includes appointing liberal or conservative judges, members of the president's cabinet, executive offices, and many other government positions. Of course, not everyone adheres to all of the principles of their party. Some people are in between the parties, and those people are often called moderate. You can be a moderate Democrat or a moderate Republican, depending on what party you most identify with. Often in Congress, one party will have more representation than the other party, which is called a majority. This means that they'll have an easier time passing bills and getting new laws passed reflecting their own party's points of view. So now we know that the two main parties are Republicans and Democrats, but there are also some minor parties in our country, and they're called third parties. While they're small, sometimes a third party has enough support to change the results of an election. For example, instead of voting for a Republican or a Democrat, a voter may choose a third-party candidate, essentially taking away a vote from a major party candidate. Some of the most noted third parties in history have been the Tea Party, a newer party trying to change the way people think about how the government spends tax dollars, the Green Party, which believes that people are part of nature and we need to take better care of the environment, including all plants and animals, the Reform Party, which was founded in 1995 to mandate higher ethical standard for the government and to balance the budget. In 1998, a former professional wrestler and a Reform Party candidate named Jesse Ventura became governor of Minnesota. There's also the Socialist Party, founded in 1898 to promote public control of the production and distribution of goods and services. Later, it became known as the Social Democratic Party. In summary, there are two main political parties in the United States, and plenty of small ones. All parties change over time, amend their beliefs, and fine-tune their platforms based on the changing opinions of the public. There will always be political parties, but what they believe in, who's in charge, how they campaign, and what their priorities are will continue to evolve as history moves on. And who knows? New parties we don't even know about yet might emerge over time. Maybe you'll even form your own political party in your life and be its leader. Now, get out there and start the Learning It's Fun party. Thanks for following Clarendon Learning. Be sure to subscribe. For more free resources, check us out at clarendonlearning.org.